is your long-term goal for philanthropy?
Philanthropy is always an interesting question. Philanthropy is giving back. Philanthropy is once you've established some sort of reputation, once you've made your mark in the world, what are you going to do to make the world a better place? I have to digress here. First and foremost, for 27 years, my life was philanthropic. My life was creating products that made a difference in the world.
Yeah.
My life was creating products that made people healthier, gave them a better quality of life, and made them feel more productive. So that was a bit of philanthropy.
Yeah.
Then, after 27 years of having that business, I sold that business. Then I thought, what am I going to do with my time? I used to work 18 hours a day. I used to work 8 days a week. I used to work 360 days a year. I never thought I wasn't on vacation because I was always doing what I loved doing.
Yeah.
So, if you find what you love doing, keep doing it. Once I sold my business, I woke up one night and I was sweating. And I thought, what am I going to do with my life now? For 27 years,
Yeah.
I was a healer. I was a guy who made the world better. I'm a guy who made the world healthier. Then I sold that business. What am I going to do? Then I thought, I want to tell stories. I want to tell the stories of life. So I've done several books, photographic-based books, and one in writing that's all text and no pictures. But I did one book on Nepal and the aftermath of the earthquake. The biggest earthquake in the history of Nepal. In 56 seconds, 10,000 people dead, 30,000 people homeless. And somebody needed to tell that story. So I did a photographic-based book with haiku and poetry to explain the story of the trauma these people went. In answer to your question about philanthropy, I never look at my life as, what can I do for me? It's always some sort of humanitarian-based principle. So, what can I put back? Every book I do, I'm about to take them to Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is the biggest name in female television in the history of the world, one of the biggest names in the history of television, and one of the wealthiest, most powerful individuals in America, perhaps made a huge difference in Obama's election. So, this is a powerful woman, and this is a woman who can take my work and bring it to the world. So, if I sell these books for many millions of dollars, I will take 80% of that money and put money back into Nepal, back into the townships of South Africa,
Good idea.
and I will build schools, I will build orphanages, I will build homes for women, battered women, I will build homes for kids that are abandoned, I will build homes for alcoholics and drug abusers. I will try and make the world a healthier, more functional world, a more humane world again. So that's my plan on philanthropy.
Could you tell us about this thing?
That's an
Africa?
it's an interesting story. I've done 3 trips to Africa in the last 2.5 years. My main purpose for going to Africa was to pursue photographing the animals and doing safari. So I would do 28 days.
Yeah.
Kenya, Botswana. I was in the Congo. I was shot at in the Congo. I was shot at in the Congo. I was chasing gorillas. I was doing things in certain villages. The side light of my work in Africa is that I want to tell the story of the villages. The villages are overrun by rebels. The African rebels are controlling.
Yeah.
You see kids, kid soldiers in armies in Africa. Things have gotten out of hand in Africa, and I want to spend some time trying to build the African identity and to make young black men proud of who they are, to get good educations, to help bring things back to their community. So I was with 2 Maasai warriors, 2 of the proudest warriors you've ever met, for 8 days in Kenya. And after 8 days, 10 hours a day with these guys, they gave me this. And they said, Brett, you are more Maasai than we are. Please wear this. And I wear it very proudly, and I never take it off.
Do you plan to return to there again?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to build schools in South Africa. I want to build clinics. There are villages in Africa that have no potable water. So you see kids asking for old Coke bottles and old water bottles so that they can transport water. They're looking for any sort of potable mechanism that can bring water around. So the struggles are amazing in Africa, and it requires our attention. There are a lot of places in the world that require our attention.
What do you think? What is the key element for success?
That is it in a nutshell, that one little thing we're trying to find. I think a lot of times people in life, once again, let me answer it this way. I think a lot of times people stand with their toes at the edge of a cliff. I think they see what they want to do, but they're not willing to take the step. I think we have to find what it is that burns in our soul. I think we have to find what it is that each of us have a particular thing in us that makes us excellent. Each of us have a particular characteristic or trait or ability that makes us unique to the world. I think our task as human beings, as young human beings, is to find what that element is, find what it is that makes you special, and then do it. Do it with all of your heart and soul. Do it with all of your passion. Whatever burns inside is burning inside for a reason. Don't let anybody tell you no. Go for what you want. Don't look behind you. Don't always be concerned with what others think about you. Do what you know in your heart to be right. Do what you can to make a difference in humanity. Do what you can to make others better, live better lives, live more fulfilled lives because of your efforts, and then do it as best as you possibly can. That's the key to success.
And that is the concept of do it, dream it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So do it, see it, and dream it.
Follow your heart and
Kapun Mak to your audience. Go get what you want out of life. Go get it.
go
Thank you again for Mr. Richman.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Kap, Yindi Kraf.
ขอบคุณที่ติดตามชมรายการของเรานะคะ ถ้าเกิดว่าไม่อยากพลาดแรงบันดาลใจดีๆ ในการตามหาความฝัน อย่าลืมกด subscribe